Hi, thank you all for attending our Pars AI event. It's lovely to meet you here again. My name is Walid Rafeh. I come from the American University of Beirut. This is a photo of my beloved university. The Faculty of Medicine at our university was inaugurated back in 1867. And years ago, we at AUB, especially with our visionary CITO, who, when he joined us, changed the name, the description of IT from information technology to innovation and transformation. And that was the start of a leap, where at the Faculty of Medicine and the new Office of Innovation and Transformation recognized the necessity of integrating IT and AI into the curriculum of our medical students and residents, as well as the importance of establishing an artificial intelligence lab. We called it AIM Lab, Artificial Intelligence in Medicine, which starts and hopefully will remain as a student initiative guided by a clinical and administrative team, where we continuously do AI webinars to educate community. So, as Tamara mentioned a little earlier, this is a community. This is a group effort. This is something we all need to embrace. It's not gonna be ever only a department thing or a project related to a single. It's multidisciplinary, it's community. So the webinars, we're doing great with the webinars, and lately we've just started an official AI course for academic physicians. The first group will finish next week, and this AI course is now becoming mandatory for the promotion of academic physicians and instructors, and it's basic for the students. And with time, we're trying to modify and customize this course as we go. So we had to revise the pre-medical requirements, and we started using what we called scholarly concentration tracks. Okay. Now, the scholarly concentration tracks was established to cater for students who have keen interest in research. As we all know, you will never get to AI if you don't start with research, start exploring ideas, and if you don't have access to data, proper access to data, of course. Okay. The AI project will depend, it eats data. Data is its food. Okay? And to get data, you need ideas, projects, and research. So the scholarly track begins in year 2. I know that Osama would love this. And it continues through year 3 and concludes in year 4. During this period, students collaborate with a primary investigator from any research field, even beyond the Faculty of Medicine scope. Yes. To get into an AI project, as we said, multidisciplinary, you need engineering, you need IT, you need medical, you need administrative, you need research assistants, so it's multidisciplinary. Participants in these tracks can take advantage of 2 4-week elective periods and 2 4-week home electives to finalize their projects, providing them with additional time if needed. This track has laid a robust foundation of personalized medical tracks, paving the way for integration of artificial intelligence and basic computer literacy into our curriculum. So I called it the new era because AI is just surrounding us. And sometimes I feel that technology is hitting us. Like sometimes you feel, do I need to get away from it? Can I get away from it? Technology is just, it was very hard for me just to use one of my old simple watches and get out of the smartwatch. I'm used to the smartwatch, but I wanted to wear my watches. There are several of them. It's an investment, for God's sake. It's hard to get the smartwatch out of your hand. So we are to embrace it, but wisely, okay? So AI is everywhere. Metaverse, blockchain, digital programmable editable world, gene editing, and 3D printing, and nanotechnology, and VR, AR, MR, XR, we will come to this. Why these are all surrounding us, sometimes complementing each other. In virtual reality, the AR, augmented reality, mixed reality, and in extended reality, where extended reality presents a transformative shift how we integrate with digital content and the physical world around us. The extended reality serves as the umbrella encompassing all these technologies, each contributing uniquely to immersive experience. Okay, so in simple description, I was always getting confused with the artificial intelligence, augmented intelligence, and last year I was able to get it right, okay? So artificial intelligence means that when highly repetitive tasks currently performed by us are handled by intelligent machines. So it's like automating tasks, right? While in augmentation, the goal is to explore how to integrate AI to enhance our human capabilities in areas where we are passionate about and wants to do better, okay? So at least for me, this simple description got finally into my mind, okay? We will get into this, and my friend Dr. Anjum next from Industry Partners will dive into the difference between artificial and augmented. Our other industry partners from Gleamer and Fujifilm will also dive technically into technicalities and clinical practice and show you more images in those. So to do artificial intelligence, you need machine learning and deep learning, okay? Machine learning is a statistical technique to enable machines to improve with experience and data. So again, data and data and data, training and retraining data extensively. In deep learning algorithms, so the machine trains itself by recognizing patterns using multi-layer networks, okay? So this is the simple difference between machine learning and deep learning, okay? Now, two types of AI, upstream AI, downstream AI. Upstream AI is prior to image interpretations. Example, image processing, decision support. Tamara talked a little about those, and I will mention some of those which are non-diagnostic, okay? And downstream AI, it's after image interpretation. Example, 3D reconstructions, for surgery planning and for optimizations, and the other tools that are used in the downstream AI, example, AR, VR, and XR, okay? Now, the potential impact of artificial intelligence on the radiology and radiography professions. And every time we talk about imaging, I'll call it imaging. We are way beyond radiology in imaging. So the opportunities for radiographers is automate radiographic tasks like procedure planning, image acquisition, post-processing, creating new opportunities for radiographers to enhance patient care and have a role in the adoption of AI. In the regulatory landscape, investigate the evolving regulatory frameworks governing the development and deployment of AI, including requirements about risk mitigation, clinical validation, and ensuring the clinical meaningfulness of AI output. And I know some of my friends in the industry will hate me on this, but you will never believe the differences you will see if you compare presentations to a POC, to a proof of concept, when you put it in practice. Unless you see things in practice and unless you try algorithms on your real life data, don't believe anything you see. Okay? Even if you create it yourself, the algorithm, sometimes it will hit you and we will see some. Okay? Analyze how AI tools can be effectively integrated into existing radiology workflows and information systems around us. Drawing insights from demonstration, practical, like RSNA practical project, and workflow integration standards. If AI is not integrated in our workflow and practice, it will be hard to use, it will be sometimes meaningless, and it will not end up with the wishful results that we want. It has to be integrated. And this is not an easy task at all. It may take you months to integrate an AI, single AI algorithm into your workflow, because you need to integrate it with all your other systems to make it easy to use. Primarily PACS. Sometimes you need to integrate it with PACS, RIS, and EHR. You want to make it part of the daily life and the daily workflow of the radiologist so that it's easy to use and it will generate the outcomes you want. Otherwise, it will be a standalone toy. People will touch it when they want to. Explore the perspective of radiologists and radiographers on the impact of AI, including concerns about role changes. And I think we have passed this dilemma and discussion that we talked about last year and the year before. Is it replacing us or not replacing us? This is now behind us, okay? But still need to know the perception. And at the end of the slide, I have two questions, and I would like you to answer with me, because part of my dissertation questionnaire that I just submitted last month about AI in imaging were questions that the radiologist needed to answer for me about perception, and it was totally different from one to another, okay? So we will answer it together if you want to help me with. Uses of AI in radiology and in imaging that does not involve interpretation, okay? Because for some people, still when they mention AI in radiology or in imaging, they will think it's just to quickly generate a preliminary report for a radiologist, but there are many other effective uses, okay? And starting with, oops, what did I do? Yeah, starting with noise reduction, reducing radiation and contrast dose, assessing image quality straight away, improve scheduling for scanners, patients, and staff, and this is very important because the resource utilization is something very important for institutions. They need to invest in AI, they need the return of investment. This has to happen. Improve billing, developing and optimizing protocols, worklist optimization, image annotation and segmentation, image-based search engines, detecting and preventing adversarial attacks. Current challenges in radiology that can and should be addressed by AI. But to be honest, I have not personally seen those functionalities in action working yet. If anyone has seen it, I would love to know about it if they can share. Otherwise, I consider this a goal for AI vendors to begin exploring these capabilities in order to be implemented, but in an integrated manner, okay? So we need AI, at least I think, we need AI to provide instructions to the radiographer based on prior diagnosis and imaging order clinical details, okay? I don't see this yet. Derive exam protocols based on clinical history from the electronic order, you know. This is time-consuming, the exam protocoling primarily in CT and MRI. Provide a concise historical report summary to the reporting radiologist and resident. Just a concise report summary of the historical reports. This would be very helpful. Generating securely shared, patient-friendly reports to patients and general practitioners so that the radiologist doesn't get called every day in order to inquire about a report that has already been released, okay? Movement towards an interactive smart AI chat box with interface where radiologists and primarily residents can interact with, like, you know, my practice, maybe your practice. Until ChatGPT and our home tools became interactive, we were not loving them, at least for me. And text and wait, when they become interactive, they talk to you, you love them, you embrace them easier. And I don't think this is a very hard task to do. We're almost there. Vendors need to exert more efforts there, okay? Challenges facing academic physicians, mainly radiologists that we see in the world. They need continuous professional growth and productivity at all career stages. They need a balance between their life and their work life, between research, scholarly activities, teaching, clinical, and service responsibilities. And they need a work-life balance between health and work and family, and they need to maintain effective education for residents and medical students. Now, studies on physicians' burnout have been there since 2016. Now, I have read many of them. But only in the last couple of years, we have seen productive AI tools addressing those challenges. So it's now assisting radiologists in managing their workloads and also assisting other clinicians, particularly those in busy clinics. So if we decrease the workload of the radiologist by providing AI tool and do not decrease the workload of the referring physician, for example, that's now released, by automatically recording the clinic visit with patient instead of the referring physician sitting at the computer writing notes. So we need to help him out, ease his burnout, then ease burnout of the radiologist at the same time. Then we will all adopt tools and become more productive together, okay? So in order to reduce this burnout, we need to prepare our physicians for the AI journey and come up with easy models for AI in collaboration with our PACS, HIS vendors, right? So what we saw, we need to start with the physician's commitment to get enrolled on this journey first. We need to develop our AI and IT skills together and then develop theirs, embrace the technology, enhance leadership, and then create self-awareness on the subject, and then we will get all together on this journey. But for me, I started with a simple model that started in radiology, and now it's working beyond radiology, where I told them, you don't need to become an IT whiz, you don't need to become an IT engineer, I don't even need to. Let's just do it together. Radiologists come up with a challenge. Just tell me, what is your challenge, okay? What is it that you want to automate or you need help with, okay? And then we send the AI expert to analyze the case. Then the radiologist will need to provide samples of pertinent data. AI expert or engineering department will build an AI algorithm, and we start testing. Inject more data and test, inject more data and test. This cycle has to be repeated many times until you get into a prototype where it can be approved. You might spend 3 years of your life in one project and it will not be successful. You will just dump it. That's life, but you have to do it. You have to start, okay? In that model, one of those ones that we have created at the COVID At the COVID era, okay, securing an IRB approval, of course, is mandatory for every project. And then you start preparations with the AIM lab, and you get the training set and the testing set, and you find the right team for the right project. But this process that you will create once, you will need to edit it on another project, but it's basically the same. You just edit the process and change the team and the data, but it will help you create the other one, okay? Now, in the marketplace, why radiology dominates the AI market? Because 70% of the cleared AI, FDA algorithms in AI are in radiology. Next most common is cardiology with about 11%. 70% for radiology, 11%. This is the data I just gathered like 3 months ago. Because there is a wealth of imaging data, there are large volumes of anonymized data sets, but here be careful, if you use anonymized data sets from internet, you will get into some trouble, and I will show you. And the exponential growth in research and publications of AI in radiology and in imaging. There's a lot of growth, okay? So again, artificial versus augmented. I'll not go into details in each one of them, but in summary, while both AI and augmented use machine learning algorithms, the AI, the artificial, is to automate processes, where augmented is designed to assist and enhance our decision, okay? So, for example, if you build an AI or you buy an AI that will highlight a lesion for you, circulate it, tell you the density, the circumference, the diameter, and give you 3 choices of the diagnosis with heat maps, and it will tell you to choose and decide, then this is augmented, okay? But if it just circulates it, label it, diagnose it, put it with a screenshot on your preliminary report, that's artificial, okay? So the ongoing efforts that I see now focused in imaging are on those modalities. The fluoroscopy, because automated the scan protocol selection, in MRI, in workflow, in treatment planning, there are a lot of efforts there. In auto-segmentation of organs, at-risk tumors, and in general radiography, auto-appraisal of the anteroposterior mobile chest radiograph. So it's related to positioning mainly, to what's happening in general radiography, but we have a conflict now, adopted at the modality level, or adopted at the PACS level, or use the federal learning. There are a lot of approaches there, but my advice, be careful not to replicate efforts and investments, okay? At the MRI, auto-patient positioning, image reconstruction, online automated scan slice positioning, and automated scan protocol selection. We talked about protocoling. In CT, most importantly, it's auto-patient positioning at the scanner, because CTs are used extensively in ERs, and the positioning is not always done well. Auto-detection of, auto-identification of the region of interest, and image reconstruction, and at the maintenance, because CTs goes down a lot, we need to be proactive in maintaining the CT scans, and this is where AI starts to play a good role, okay? Now, VR, AR in medical imaging. Examples of VR, virtual reality and augmented reality. I'll just show you a video. That it's surgical planning, it's in medical training, it's diagnostic support, and it's remote care. Okay?
A lens, you put it on the surgeon's eyes, and it shows whole 3D view through these goggle lenses.
This is very new stuff. It's great to, see that anatomy sort of floating in space, see the spine, be able to look, okay, this is my trajectory. I mean, the uniform response when people put that on and look is wow.
Okay, so installing or implementing AI algorithm can be done in different manners, as we said, but we have to do POC and we have to test our capabilities in integrating and implementing AI before we take decisions to buy it or even to make it. Okay, thank you very much.